And here's one by Mott the Hoople. I bet you've never heard of Mott the Hoople. Look, I have monsters. That's the creature from the Lac Lagoon. That's the creature from the Lac Lagoon. That's Bob 2 from Devo. There's Mark Mothersbaugh. Look, an original printing of the Beatles album, Meet the Beatles. Ooh. That's by the Beatles, by the way. I got Kaiju aplenty over here. And what? Is that you say, Gracie? Am I a collector? No, I'm not a collector. I collect a few things here and there, as you see. I have some stuff over here too that I've been collecting. Star Trek, Space 1999, Battlestar Galactica, Space 1999. Beautiful pictures of Spock and Uhura, and the Enterprise, and Grumpy from Land of the Lost. And who's that? Oh, that's Guanji from Valley of Guanji. So, oh, what am I watching? Funny you would ask. This is one of my favorite movies, The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. It's directed and acted in and starring Larry Blameyer, who is a genius. All I can say he's a genius. I can say this too. He's an extremely freaking genius. You'll see what I mean. This is The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. And, you know, I like the movie so much that I got a picture of myself as an astronaut. Well, no, that's not it. I got a picture signed by Skelly himself. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. What does it say? It says, to Michael, that is not my problem. Lost Skeleton. Isn't that cool? What? You want to hear more about Larry Blameyer's stuff? Well, here's something that he has no involvement whatsoever in. This is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Mega Cheese or something. Here we go. Doc Brown himself wrote a book about himself. Actually, he's not Doc Armstrong is his name. And he's not really Doc Armstrong. He's Larry Blameyer. This book's called The Suburb at the Edge of Never. And wow, look, another Blameyer book. This is kind of a play on words by the Cyclops himself, Larry Blameyer. And look, it has words and stuff in there. And they're funny takes on words. There's another one, The Eyes Tell All About It. The Windows of the Soul, some say. What are these books about? Well, they're about terms you may not know with unrelated illustrations. So we got interesting words, and then we have pictures that have nothing to do with any other things written in there. And it's kind of a dictionary of strange terms, like cyberbalm is a noun, a soothing ointment applied after too many hours of device time. Clever, isn't it? And here's some funny illustration books by the genius himself. And, of course, he wrote more books that I don't have yet. But, whoa, talk about a treasure right here. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra Lunchbox. Awesome. And it's got all the characters from the movie. Doc Armstrong, the mutant, the evil scientist. The skeleton, Ranger Brad, the sensuous dancing aliens back there, Anamala, and this character who I can't think of his name, it escapes me right now. And there's a rocket, Skelly, look at that. There's the aliens flying back to their world Marva from Earth. You want to see what's in here? Yeah, let's look and see. Oh my God. Trading cards from The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra Returns Again. These are really cool. And I don't know why they call them trading cards, but there's all characters from the sequel to the best movie ever made, The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. It's called The Lost Skeleton Returns Again. Oh, here's a treasure right here. The Adventures of Big Dan Frater. Wow, this is the first volume that says volume 2 on it, so this must not be the first one, but for the sake of not knowing what I'm talking about, we'll just call it volume 2. And it's got some funny stuff on here. You might recognize these characters. There's Big Dan Frater, Millie Healy, the town librarian, and Sweet something something. We'll find out later.
Awesome.
He's the Dutch. Swede the Dutch or Dutch the Swede? I can't tell. That's why I don't know what his name is. I've got the soundtrack autographed. The Lost Skeleton returns again. What do you think about that?
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Look at that. It's got a CD in there too, and it has real music on it. Oh, that's Ranger Brad and the scientist on there. Oh, here it is. The movie that started it all. The movie that started everything. The movie that made me who I am. Made my worldview. And it's a neat movie too. It's called The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. And there you can see some images on the front of pictures. Images of pictures and characters. And it's The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. This was the day the earth was disemboweled in terror. Supreme shock sensation of our time. Filmed in Skeletorama. It's awesome. But wait, there's more. He came back. The bony one comes back in this movie and to meet another fiend. Not the greatest fiend known to mankind, which is Skelly. But this other guy. No, that's not him. That's a... Does that hurt? No, he's not featured on the cover. But anyhow, this is a great movie. Unless you're afraid of trilobites, I wouldn't recommend this if you don't like trilobites, because there are a couple scenes with trilobites in them. Ooh, who hasn't watched a Dark House movie and shuddered and went to bed and had a nightmare? Well, I haven't. But anyhow, this movie is called Dark and Stormy Night, and it's kind of a spoof of those old Dark House films. And it's kind of like, are you going to be next? And it's got some of the big same characters, same actors playing new and different fun characters as in the Lost Skeleton and Cadavra movies. But it's altogether different. And this is his movie, Trail of the Screaming Forehead. And it is a spoof of those 1960s sci-fi horror films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. If you like spoofs and you like movies about foreheads, I recommend this one. And the foreheads actually crawl around and stuff. And it's really neat. Lots of science in that one too. Are you kidding me? This is also a Larry Blameyer film. Meet the Mobsters. Wow. It's a fun movie. Lots of songs in this, but it's not for the family. And believe it or not, it all came in this lunchbox. No, it didn't. I bought it at separate times. Just kidding. But the lunchbox is cool, and all this stuff is cool. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? What do you think?
I think that is neato.
It is neato. Well, thanks for looking at my collection with me. What's your name again?
Gracie.
Gracie. And be careful crossing the street back home. And I was going to give you $1, wasn't I? Just wait around till the end of the movie, and I'll give you $1. Thank you. Bye-bye.
1 minute.